The recent fall from grace of Alameda Research and FTX has flooded the news headlines.
Sam Bankman-Fried, you see him there, exiting the courthouse.
Latest news reports regarding mishandled customer funds and alleged U.S. agency investigation.
Shaken Bitcoin and turned many heads. But there's one headline that has been pushed that much in the media. SBF and his colleagues spent more than $500 million to battle what they saw as the dangers of artificial intelligence. Now those efforts have stumbled drastically. In April, a San Francisco artificial intelligence lab called Anthropic raised $580 million for research involving AI safety. Few in Silicon Valley had heard of the 2-year-old lab, which is building AI systems that generate language. But the amount of money promised to the tiny company dwarfed what venture capitalists were investing in other AI startups, including those stocked with some of the most experienced researchers in the field.
Does this mean you've conquered your fear of the robot uprising?
On the contrary, I'm more terrified than ever.
Their investment was part of a quiet and quixotic effort to explore and mitigate the dangers of artificial intelligence, which many in Mr. Bankman-Fried's circle believed could eventually destroy the world and damage humanity. Over the past 2 years, the 30-year-old entrepreneur and his FTX colleagues funneled more than $530 million, through either grants or investments, into more than 70 AI-related companies, academic labs, think tanks, independent projects and individual researchers to address concerns over the technology, according to a tally by the New York Times. Anthropic was founded by former OpenAI VP of Research Dario Amodei, intending to perform research in the public interest on making AI more reliable and explainable. Its initial $124 million in funding was surprising then, but nothing could have prepared us for the company raising $580 million less than a year later. With this fundraise, we're going to explore the predictable scaling properties of machine learning systems, while closely examining the unpredictable ways in which capabilities and safety issues can emerge at scale, said Amodei in the announcement. His sister Daniela, with whom he co-founded the Public Benefit Corporation, said that having built out the company, we're focusing on ensuring Anthropic has the culture and governance to continue to responsibly explore and develop safe AI systems as we scale. There's that word again, scale.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your...
We have technology!
Because that's the problem category Anthropic was formed to examine, how to better understand the AI models increasingly in use in every industry as they grow beyond our ability to explain their logic and outcomes. In short, they are trying to understand AI, which is growing at such a rapid pace we are failing to keep up. Their core model is to make it more inclusive in order for AI not to be biased towards males, or to eventually become racist because of the inputs the software developers have put into it.
Is one of those racist and the others aren't?
A battle of the wits was conducted between OpenAI's ChatGPT and Anthropic's AI Claude by a staff prompt engineer at a startup called Scale AI. He asked both bots to compare themselves to a machine from Polish science fiction novel The Siberiad that can only create objects whose name begins with N. Claude, good side said, answered in a way that suggests it's read the plot of the story, although it misremembered small details, while ChatGPT offered a more non-specific answer. In a demonstration of Claude's creativity, Goodside also had the AI write a fictional episode of Seinfeld and a poem in the style of Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven. The results were in line with what ChatGPT can accomplish, impressively, if not perfectly, human-like prose. Different tests have been run by many researchers on the two AIs and they have been coming out pretty close, but Anthropic's AI has been coming up on top in many of these tests. Now back to SBF's involvement. Now some of these organizations and individuals are unsure whether they can continue to spend that money, said 4 people close to the AI efforts who were not authorized to speak publicly. They said they were worried that Mr. Bankman-Fried's fall could cast doubt over their research and undermine their reputations. And some of the AI startups and organizations may eventually find themselves embroiled in FTX's bankruptcy proceedings, with their grants potentially clawed back in court, they said. The concerns in the AI world are an unexpected fallout from FTX's disintegration, showing how far the ripple effects of the crypto exchange's collapse and Mr. Bankman-Fried's vaporizing fortune have traveled. Some might be surprised by the connection between these two emerging fields of technology. Andrew Burt, a lawyer and visiting fellow at Yale Law School who specializes in the risks of artificial intelligence, said of AI and crypto. But under the surface, there are direct links between the two. Mr. Bankman-Fried, who faces investigations into FTX's collapse and who spoke at the Times' Deal Book conference on Wednesday, declined to comment. Anthropic declined to comment on his investment in the company. Mr. Bankman-Fried's attempts to influence AI stem from his involvement in Effective Altruism, a philanthropic movement in which donors seek to maximize the impact of their giving for the long term. Effective altruists are often concerned with what they call catastrophic risks, such as pandemics, bioweapons, and nuclear war, just like Bill Gates and his passion for ending malaria and redesigning the toilet. In February, he and several of his FTX colleagues announced the Future Fund, which would support ambitious projects in order to improve humanity's long-term prospects. The fund was led partly by Will MacAskill, a founder of the Center for Effective Altruism, as well as other key figures in the movement. It's unfortunate some of the good he was trying to do will be overshadowed by his allegedly practicing fraud. We hope all the people he allegedly scammed money will be returned and the good work in AI safety may continue. Thank you for watching to the end. Don't forget to hit the like button, and if you really like the content you can subscribe to this awesome channel.